Hi everyone from my Lovejoy Polish page. This is Stephanie Contreras. I have gotten a lot of interest about how to put on your Color Street nail polish strips. Now there are several posts and videos on YouTube showing how to put them on, but I figure I'll show you guys how I put them on personally, because sometimes I put them on just a little bit different than other people, and this is what seems to work best for me. So today I'm going to be putting on the Lisbon Nights set right here. I almost did all of my nails. You are going to see a couple of them. My ring finger and my pinky on this side. I did not take them off because I want to show you first how I take off my Color Street nails. So before we get into this, I'm going to show you how I do that. So the way I do it personally, and it's not what it says to do online or anything that I've read, but this is the way I don't know, I just always do it this way. I don't actually use nail polish remover for the most part. I really just take my thumb and really just get under the nail and kind of like lift it up with my nail. This is the easiest way I've noticed for myself, but some people don't like, I guess they like to do nail polish. So that's it. It's off, completely off. There was 2 layers on here. There's the New York Minute and then the Shangri-La on top of it. That's it. That's my nail. It's the simplest way that I do it, but I do have a little bit of a longer nail. I'm just cleaning up the nail right now. I do have a little bit longer thumbnail, so it's a little bit easier for me. So it may not be easier for most people. So I do have a cotton ball and then just nail polish remover, and it's really just as simple. Just give me a second. I'm going to fill up a nail polish or a cotton swab. Just really as easy as putting it on there, soaking it for a second, and kind of just rubbing it off like you would normal nail polish. This way takes a little bit longer for me, so I don't know. I like, I mean, it is coming off, but there's several layers here we're talking about. We got the top coat, your nail color coat, and then your base coat. So it just takes a little bit more, I don't know, elbow grease, I feel like, than I want to spend. So I typically just peel them off like you saw me do. But this is definitely doable too. Just gonna get it off for you. This is all real time. I'm not gonna fast forward any of it, so you will see how long this does take every step of the way. I won't do the full set on camera, but I'm gonna give you at least a little taste of what it takes. And then I'll do some troubleshooting things, some issues that I know some new timers or people who've done it for a long time have. So there you go. Both of them, I mean, they're both off, so I guess it's however you want to do it. I did already file my nails and push my cuticles back on most of them. I'm going to just fix this a little bit on this nail. But I didn't file the 2 that I just did a sample for, so I'm just going to file them, give it a little, you know, I like mine a little bit more rounded nails. So file them however you like. Then you want to push your cuticles back. I put in a sample of these on everybody's 2Z samples, but I tend to use, I got a manicure nail set. I like to trim my cuticles with this side and then push back my cuticles with this side. So I just pull them back. I already trimmed them already. I didn't want to trim them on camera because I don't know. Nobody wants to see dead skin, right? So I'm just going to push my cuticles back and then use my thumb or you can use the edge of either of these. And I just like to clean up around my cuticle where I just pushed back, just to get everything smooth. You can also take the nail file that comes in every single set and in the samples that I got, and sometimes I just will scrub it. Just go around that area. Same thing on this one. Just like that. Okay, we are ready to get going. That's all I do for prep time. I'm just gonna smooth these with that nail polish remover. That's it. Simple. Yay. Okay, so here's my set. This one is so pretty. I bought this one for me specifically, but I do have this exact set for sale. So here it is. In your set will come 16 long-lasting double-ended strips right there. Says it right there. You'll get 2 nail strip pads, which I will use, and then a nail file. So you will get a billion of these nail files. You'll have them all over the place, but they're good. I like to keep them in my purse, by my bed, anywhere really that you may need. I have that same exact color that I already used, so I'm not going to open this one. But those nail strips are super handy. So the first thing you want to do is open one of these nail strip pads. They're really just prepping pads so we can make sure that there's no oils or lotion or dirt or anything like that on your nails that will prevent the strips from setting properly and curing properly. Look at that. I have some kind of like, I don't know, white spot, calcium spot maybe. I didn't see that until I took off this set earlier today. Okay, so my nails are ready to go. I can throw that in the trash. Should probably get a trash pile started. And then we have the strips. So I'm just going to go ahead and tear it open. It's already a little bit perforated on one end, if you can see that. I'm going to go ahead, peel those open, and pull these little mamas out. There we go. 2 sets. You'll see how many we'll have left over when I'm done, because I do use both sides, so you get a lot. So I'm gonna put one of these strips completely back, but before I put it back, I'm gonna break it down a little bit. It makes it go inside of the plastic bag, and I can seal it again later on. So I like to break them down a little bit, putting them back in just like that. Push them down, and then I can save the rest for later. So here we go. You will find out which way, which nail side is better for you. I already know what works for me. This smallest one does not work for my pinky. It just doesn't get all the way for me personally. So I know I'm not going to use this. I will use this though on my toes. This one right here could probably go to 4 of my toes going this direction. So these are gold for pedicures for me. Okay, so this one right here works good for my pinky, both sides of my pinky. And I'll put those both on. First thing you're going to pull is this. I don't remember them all being purple, but this is the purple. You're going to pull that off. I don't know if it's always purple. I honestly don't think it is, but who knows? Maybe it's all the newer ones are purple. So you want to take off this little plastic, and you can just throw this away in your trash pile. Then, oh, it didn't. There you go. Geez. Then you have this silver tab. You want to pull off the silver tab away from the backing, and then you're just going to peel it off just like that. throw this little guy away if you plan on using both sides. I will show you another trick that I do though, so I am going to save this. I'll put it right there. Put those to the side. So now we have this strip. It's sticky on one side, completely dry on the other. These are already 95% dry. So it's just that 5% that's not dry. So you're going to pull off the silver tab, just like that, see? And then you can throw this little bit away. So now we have our strip, and I'm going to put my hand, I'm going to do my pinky. We're going to put it down and try to line it as close to the cuticle, but not touching the cuticle. You do not want to touch your cuticle. If you can see, I'm just right above the cuticle, and I'm going to look on the sides before I really press it down. But if you can see, it's pretty much a perfect fit. So I'm going to go ahead and press it down. I like to just push it down and then kind of like go in both directions. A little bit of down, a little bit of up, just like that. Obviously, that's not how it's going to stay. You can see how much I have left that I can use still, right? So now what I'm going to do, I pressed it down. It's looking good. I'm going to use my thumb. You can use this tool if you like to use this tool, but you don't need to. It really is a no tools needed kind of manicure. So I'm just going to make sure it's all sealed around the edge before I press down. And I'm going to kind of pull this a little bit taut with my index finger. I just have it gripped on there. And then I'm just going to perforate it with my thumb. Just like that. Just perforating it. And then it lifts off. There it is. It's going to need to be a little bit cleaned up, which I will show you how to do. But it is not touching any of my edges whatsoever. I will show you what that looks like to fix any of that if you have any of it touching your skin, because you definitely don't want it to touch your skin. But there it is. You can kind of press down with one of your fingers just to make sure everything is kind of like tucked under, and we will file that afterwards. But it's that simple. It's so pretty. I love this set. If you can't tell, it's like a really midnight, like dark midnight blue with that like ombre effect. Oh, I love that. Okay, this is what's left on that one strip. We're going to use it on my other pinky. Get it in there. Gonna not push it down too hard. I don't love this placement necessarily, so I'm gonna go ahead and just lift it right up. It peels right up. As long as you're not like pushing it all the way down, it'll come back up. So if you have some trial and error, that's no big deal. So I'm gonna do it again. Make sure I get nice and close to the cuticle before I push down. Yeah, that looks pretty good. There is a little bit of an overhang there, so I'm going to show you that, but it's not a big overhang. So I'll show you how to clean this one up a little bit. But here I am. I'm just going to smooth it in one direction, smooth it in the next. Make sure I'm smoothing it all the way up. Look, you can see turned around. I'm just making sure that it's going around that nail, pushing into that nail. Hold it taut with my index finger on the other hand, and I'm going to go ahead and go around and perforate it with my nail. Just like that. You see I've got some overhang there, so I'm going to show you how to clean that up. But before that, I have this little bit left. It's the super shiny middle part that's left over. This is perfect on my toes. So I can get definitely one toe, if not one of my baby toes and then the other side of my baby toe. So I'm gonna save this because I like to do a manicure and a pedicure. Who doesn't want more? So I'm going to put it right back onto the nail strip. Make sure you're putting it on the shiny side, because there's a shiny side and then there's a more smoother, duller side. You want to make sure to put it back on the shiny side that you had it on. And I'm going to put this back in my kit, or you can use it right after on your toes. So I'm just going to go, if you can see, there's a little bit of glitter sticking out there and there's a little bit over there. Let's clean that up because we don't want that on our nails. So I'm just going to go with my thumb and just go at it. You see that? That just came off. I'm just cleaning up around. Same thing on this side. I'm going to push it down with my nail, push down and kind of push away. And it's already lifting from that side, you see? It doesn't want to stay there. These strips are designed to go on your nails only and not want to be on your skin. So we're just going to clean that up a little bit. I think I took a little bit more off than I wanted to, but that's totally okay. No problem. There you go. Looks good. Now, my tip, and some of the videos that you will see will tell you otherwise, but from what I've learned, you don't want to file your nails right away afterwards. Tuck them in with your fingers and let them stay for at least an hour. I like to do my nails at nighttime and then let them cure basically overnight. And then in the morning, if I need to, I'll go ahead and file it. But they're still 95% dry. You want it to be 100% dry before you start filing it. So there you go. There's 2 nails. I'm going to do one more and show you again, you know, what to do when it hits your cuticle, when it hits your nails. So I'm going to do, let's see, which one do I need to do in order for it to get right? I think I'm going to do this one on my index finger because I know it's a little bit big. So I'm going to push those ones aside. Again, you're going to lift that purple flap, take that off, throw this plastic away. I'm going to move a little bit faster so you guys can see what my normal time is. Pull that silver tab away, save that, pull that off, throw that away. You got that. Always hold it in the middle because that gives you the best leverage. I'm going to go ahead and put it right there. Don't let it touch my cuticle below. You can see it's not touching my cuticle, it's just above. And I know that looks good, so I'm going to go ahead and smooth it out. Back and forth. Good, smooth out. You can see already that it's on my cuticle. You see that? So we're going to make sure we fix that. Smooth it out just like that. Hold it nice and taut with your index finger. Start perforating. There you go. I need to clean that up, you see? But before I clean that up, I'm going to do the other side, just so this isn't sitting around. Hold it there. Get as close to the cuticle, but not touching. Cannot stress that enough. If you have this on your cuticle, they will more than likely lift. There you go. And then you're going to be mad at me because I told you that it didn't lift. But it doesn't. If you do it right, it will not lift. You'll be needing to take it off before it starts coming off. Smooth it out. Use my index finger to hold it nice and taut. And then, where's my finger? Okay, there's. Use my thumb to perforate it. You can see. Just like that. And I've got some edges to clean up on that as well. That will go on one of my toes. I have kind of skinny, not skinny toes, but I mean the toenail bed's pretty small. So this will work on one of my smaller ones, and this one will work on one of my other ones. And then those smaller ones will work on like literally 4. So here we go. Let's clean this edge up. You don't want this. This will make your nail lift. Let's see. I don't think I have anything on this side. No, that side looks good. So I'm going to show you. we're gonna push, just kind of go in the same form as your nail, and you're gonna perforate it with your nail, and then you're gonna lift it up, and that's gonna be it. It's done. Like I said, these strips don't want to stay on your nails or your cuticles. They only want to adhere to your nails. So they'll come off your cuticles or your skin pretty easily. There you go. Now this side, again, just perforating it with my thumb. There it is. Throw that away. Same thing with this side, different angle. Just going in and pushing down with my nail. And then pulling it so I can get it off. And it's coming off. Can't get that little bit. There you go. Get that off of you. There you go. Just rounding out the top. Again, I will trim these, or not trim them, I'm sorry. File these tomorrow. Another tip also, let me see if I have, in 1 second, some clippers. I don't think I have my clippers with me right now. Another tip, oops, excuse me. Hold on, sorry. I got in the, moved it around. Another tip, there's some big chunks in these nails. You see that? They're really big chunks. Sometimes they don't want to be filed because they're too big to be filed around, and they're pretty strong, so they don't want to be filed. So a good tip is if you have some big chunks of glitter, which I can see that I do right here. You see that? That right there, instead of me filing it, since there's a big chunk there, I'm going to grab some nail clippers and just clip that little piece off instead of filing it. Because if you file it, you may end up ripping it, and you don't want to rip it. So just clip it really quick with your nail file, and then again tomorrow just file it smooth. No big deal. But for now I'm going to just bend it over so that way I can file it later. So there you have it. I only used 2 of these. I've gotten 4 nails done. My nails are a little bit longer, you can see. If you have shorter nails, you could probably use, I've seen some people use their samples, 1 nail or 2 nails can do, no, it is 4. Yeah, 4 nails. So there you go, 4 nails, 2 strips out of 16. That means I have 14 strips left. I'll use 1, 2, 3 more strips. So really 5 strips on my whole hand is what I'll use. And then I'll use the remaining for my toes, another manicure, my daughter's nails. There you go. If you guys have any more questions, I know some people just had questions on how to apply them, what to do if it got on your skin. So those are the main points I hit. If you have any more questions, let me know. I am here to help. I know this video is a little bit long, but I want you guys to really know how to put them on the right way for the best last. Another tip is do not wash your hands or put on lotions for at least 30 minutes after applying your strips. I like to, like I said, I like to do it at night and then go to bed. Normal nail polish, you can't do that, but this one you can. Put them on, go to bed, tomorrow, perfect. I don't like to wash them just to give them that curing time. There you go, there's another tip. All right, let me know if you guys have any questions or comments. I'm gonna finish these up and then I will post a picture tomorrow of what they look like. All right guys, have a great night.